this is Gavin Palmer with Hero Looking for Group, and I just wanted to share my position on marriage equality. And so I think the issue of marriage equality is only an issue because people have an idea of what these words actually mean, and different people have different ideas. So this word marriage, it's a symbol. And each individual has a understanding of what marriage means, but there's a difference from relationship to relationship. So the definition of marriage between my wife and I is different than the definition of marriage for every other relationship in the entire world throughout all space and time. There will be similarities and there will be differences. And so from religion to religion and church to church, there will be similarities and differences. And then the word marriage has even more differences once you use that word in a legal context, for example, in the government. And so I agree with this idea of marriage equality under the law. I don't like the idea that a heterosexual couple has privileges that a homosexual couple does not have. I don't like the idea that homosexual couples are discriminated against. I don't like it. And we can definitely improve the government and the laws so that doesn't happen. But the only way that we can do that is if people recognize that the word marriage is just a symbol, and that when it's used in government, it doesn't mean the same thing when it's used elsewhere. And so as long as we can begin to live our lives understanding that words are merely symbols that mean different things to different people, and that sometimes those words are sacred to some people and sometimes they aren't, I think we can begin to have more empathy and accomplish the good goal of having fairness. But I would also push back just a little and say that words and symbols, they can be sacred in your mind, but it is wrong if you wish to force other people to treat those words as being sacred as well. And this is true no matter if you're in the left or the right. And so maybe you're of this conservative religious type that thinks that marriage is sacred. And when you say that, you mean the word, the symbol, is sacred. And or maybe you're on the left, a liberal type who says that using the correct gender pronoun is required. And what that means essentially is that that gender pronoun is sacred and that you want to force other people to use it. And that's not right either. All you can do is communicate to others that that symbol is important and sacred to you, and that you would appreciate it if others would listen to the way that you think, believe, and feel, and respect the way you think, believe, and feel. And that's all you can do morally. If you start requiring other people to treat those words and symbols as being sacred, then I believe you are in the wrong and you're not operating in an ideal way. And I would even go as far as to point at words that have been demonized. And so there are a lot of those as well, where certain words have become taboo, and certain symbols have become taboo. And so it is also wrong if you see people using words in a way which you disagree with and you attempt to correct them and force them to treat a word or a symbol in the way that you believe it should be treated. And so if we can get past all the silliness of forcing others to use symbols the way we think they should be used, then we could end up with something like equality and fairness and we could avoid discrimination, and maybe people wouldn't get these privileges that they don't deserve. Because that's what we all want, is we want privileges to be given to the people who are deserving of privileges. Okay. I appreciate your attention.